Okay, part 2, the phone crashed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to put one word on top of another or one word in relation to another. So I'm quite happy for the word to stitch out all in one go. So I'm going to write cool cat, and I'm quite happy for the machine to space cool as it wants to. And then I'm going to put cat underneath, but I want it all to stitch out together. So it's a bit of a combination of the two things that we've already done. So I'm going to go to letters, and the first thing I'm going to type is cool, all as one word. So this is a little bit like the very first thing we did, which was to just let the machine type a word. So I'm going to say OK to that. There you go. It thinks I want to stitch out, but I'm not finished yet, so I'm going to press that edit button, which on this machine is that little grid one. There, it's very dark, isn't it? There we go. And you can see on the screen that there's the effectively the word cool. And if I use the jockey buttons, I can move it up and down and round about. So now I'm going to add the other word. So I go back to the alphabet letters, alphabet button. Straight in, it's so dark. You know where your alphabet button is by now anyway. There we go. And I'm going to type in cat. There we go. I can't decide whether to look at the machine round the side of the phone or through the phone screen. Cat. There we go. So if I press OK now, because I'm still in the edit mode, it's taking me back to that edit screen. So as we said before, the dotted line is the previous one, so that's cool in this case, and the solid line is the word cat. So I can move that around whoever I want now. So I'm going to have it right up against the cool and a little bit more to the left. Okay, if I now think I need to move cool, if you remember from last time, I've got these left and right buttons here. So if I press this left button, it's like a back button, then you can see on the screen maybe the camera will focus. It's gone really bright now. Can't make its mind up, can it? Come on, I want you to focus up here. There we go. You can see now, focus, that the word cool has got the dark border around. There we go. And that means that if I press the up and down buttons, it's that one that moves around. Now, the example I did had them kind of like that. So the cat was, the word cat started underneath the word cool. When I'm happy with the placement, then I say OK. Oh, look, it's ready to stitch out. The downside, I think, for me now is if I think actually I'd prefer that cat to be a little bit further left. If I go into the edit screen now, what it's done, because I've pressed OK, is made them one big group. So if I move this round now, it's moving the whole thing around. I've never tried. If I press the back buttons, will it separate them again? No, it doesn't. So that's the thing, you've got to make sure that you've got all your elements in the right place before you press that OK button. So to summarise then, what we did is we typed a word in and we let the machine type it out as it wished, which is the top left one there, cat. Then what I did is I put each letter in separately as a separate little block. So after the C, instead of pressing OK, I pressed the edit screen button, and then I put an A in, and then I pressed the edit screen button, and then I put the T in, and that got me 3 little blocks, which I could then move about however I wanted to. And then the third thing I did was a bit of a combination of both. So I typed in the word cool and said OK. Then I went to the edit screen and went to the letters and typed in cat and then I was able to move cool round as one block and cat round as another block. So I hope, despite the appalling quality of videoing with my left hand and phone, hopefully that's given you a good idea of how you can position letters for yourself where you want them. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say on the matter. I don't know whether your machine is exactly the same as the EMB81, but I think the principle's probably the same, even if the buttons might look slightly different. Okay, well, I hope that's been helpful. I'm off to watch the Strictly results now.